In the tower lane, it's going to be Art Foster. They're set. The start and she takes the win light. Improves on her qualifying time, 215 miles an hour to poor Art 675. He's going to take a lot of ribbing about this in the pit area. The lady got to him and has to make believers out of a lot of you as Cha-Cha goes into the second round.
Hi guys, this is Bill from Spencer1984.com with a new project on the bench, the Shirley Muldowney Bounty Huntress Mustang. And before I get into it, a fair question could be, why am I using this kit instead of the official one that's out there? And that's just because that's how long this has been in my stash. So, at any rate, taking a look at what we got here, got some nice box art on the front, got a profile picture on the side with a brief bio of Connie Kalita, repeat of the art, some cross cells here, another repeat. Backside has round two's usual parts breakdown. And taking a look inside, instructions are typical MPC exploded diagram. Nothing here that's really surprising or fancy. Looks like it should be pretty straightforward though. Looking at the body, technically it's actually pretty good. There's nothing warped, it's fully cast, the creases are nice and sharp, it's got some decent lines on it, no flash, at least very little to speak of, very faint parting lines that need to be cleaned up, but really not too bad. The problem is that it's chopped a lot more than what the real car actually was. I don't think that's going to be a problem for me since I'm doing the movie car, but there it is. Got a set of vinyl tires here with the pad printed Goodyears on the sides, along with a separately bagged clear windshield. Those look good. First up for parts trees, got the axle halves, side panels, front suspension, and now we're seeing the age of the kit. That looks pretty rough. Transmission snout, wheels, and roll bar. Next up we've got one of the parachutes, and the outside doesn't look too bad. Got that brace there, but we're seeing quite a bit of flash on it. Take a look at the other parachute, and you can see it's got ejector marks on the inside. Got quite a bit of flash that would need to be cleaned up if I was using those. Next up we've got the main chassis, which that actually looks pretty good. It does need a little bit of cleanup, but considering how complex it is, that's actually not bad at all. I can definitely work with this here. And next up we've got the top of the tub, and that's got some flash on it, but the casting itself looks pretty decent. And you got some more flash on this rear bulkhead here. Again, nothing that can't be cleaned up, just a little unfortunate. And next up we've got the main tub, and that looks pretty clean. Got some nice seat detail there. You got the wheelie bars here, and those look surprisingly straight. The transmission bell housing needs a little cleanup though. So we've got the headers, and those are a mess. Those need a lot of cleanup. They look like an old resin part. And we also have the fuel tank, disc calipers, parachutes, and the engine parts. And fortunately, everything other than the headers looks not terrible. That's the other half of the engine. That just came off in the box. And next up, we've got this tissue-wrapped package. And that has the front halibrands. And those look nice. Those look good and sharp. Nice that they actually packed them up to keep them safe. The rest of the chrome is in a separate plastic bag. And here we've got the brake discs, belt, oil pan, supercharger, and all the rest of the interior and suspension components. And that hairpin is bent. That one's okay, but that one's bent, so that's going to have to be fixed. We got the steering linkage. Got the 5-spoke wheels here. I want to take a second to mention the front axle because this is the old Blue Max one. On the later releases, they narrowed it. You can see the spindles are closer to the parts tree gates. So I'll have to fix that. And then we've got the drive shaft and rear end. And that looks pretty good. And then the last thing, other than the marketing material, is the decal sheet. But since I'm not going to be using this at all, back in the box. Now instead, I'm going to be using this sheet from Slicks. Now this is one of their older sets. It's got a copyright 2002 on it, but it is licensed and approved by Shirley Muldowney. And I think I bought this around 2012, 2013, something like that. And printing on it is exactly what you'd expect from Slicks. This is all very sharp, fantastic colors. All the lettering looks good. It's got some nice sharp details for the grille and headlights. You got the hood scoops. Looking down the other side. All the lettering, the pinstriping. Very nice and sharp. Colors look good and consistent. And got a layout here on the back. And I recommend Pearl Butterscotch Yellow, which I'm going to have to figure something out for that. Yeah. So, there is first look at the Bounty Hunter Bounty Huntress Mustang. It doesn't look like a terribly complicated kit, but it is going to need a lot of cleanup, and I might end up replacing a few of the parts. I think I'm going to end up replacing some parts just to try to match the movie car better. So I think the movie car has different rear wheels than what's included in this kit, and I think it's got a different intake. I'll have to double check that. I may even try wiring and plumbing it. I haven't done that on a funny car. The only funny car that I've built before this is the Warlord that I did a couple of years ago, and that was an old MPC that was straight out of the box. So, try to take a little extra time with this, but I will be starting on it this week. Have another update next weekend, so you can check back then, and thanks for watching.